Welcome to this MBL webinar, GDPR and e-privacy compliance, conducting a data protection audit. I'm Robert Bond. I do a Learn Live version of this, but we thought we'd do a recorded webinar. And what I'm going to be doing in the next hour is taking you through the law, transparency and accountability for both GDPR and obviously the Data Protection Act 2018 and the UK PECA, Privacy and Electronic Communications Regulations, which, as you know, regulate our use of marketing and cookies. I'm going to look during this next hour at what the ICO sees as good and bad, and what advice the ICO has. I'm going to talk about what methods you should be using or could be using in terms of getting answers from the organization. Do you use questionnaires, or do you do face-to-face interviews, or do you do a combination of both? And obviously, the more complex your organization or the clients that you are dealing with, maybe the more you will need to do a localization of some of the questions that you will be asking. We need to work out how we assess what personal data is being held, and to do what we often call a data mapping exercise, what I sometimes refer to as understanding your data estate and the provenance of the personal data that you are processing. The who, what, when, where, why, and how of everything that you do with people's personal information. And then when we've carried out the audit, how do we effectively communicate findings to the business, to key stakeholders and to management? And finally, how do we take those findings and translate them into a data governance strategy? So we will not necessarily do these topics in the order they are shown here, but this is generally what I am going to touch upon as we go through. And much of what I will be talking to you about will be based on my own experience of either conducting an audit or being in an organization that is audited.